welcome to the laundry chat, you guys. I'm back. I have more laundry to fold and here we are again. So I'm excited to talk about everything. This is part 2 of the Q&A of the laundry chat, and today we're going to talk about more personal things that have to do with me and favorite things. So I think we should just get right into it. I have my questions over here. I have my laundry right here. I'm not sure how is best to organize this, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about getting the laundry folded super well, but we'll see how it goes. Sorry, now my hair is bothering me. Will this bother me the whole time? I don't know. It might bother me the whole time. It's like crazy. I don't know. Okay, is that better? Or do I not like that either? I don't know. Okay, let's get into it. Work-life balance. So this isn't too much of like a question as much as just like asking about it and talking about it, which is an interesting question because I work in social media management and marketing and that kind of thing. So I am on my phone, laptop all the time for work. So, sorry, no, dang it, my hair really is gonna bother me. I'm on screens all the time, social media all the time for work. And so now that I've been trying to kind of like do my own thing on like whether it be with photos, my blog, video, like emailing, it's so hard because it's like I finally have time to work on the stuff that I want to work on, but it's all digital, it's all on social media, it's all on my laptop, all on my phone, and it feels like I can never get a break from it. And even the stuff I like, because the stuff I enjoy doing is on social media, is on my laptop, and so it's really hard. It's like hard to find that. Luckily my job is pretty good. Like my job has pretty like normal hours. It doesn't like, you know, it's not like I'm working overtime or anything like that. I do have like certain points in the day that I'll just be like, okay Molly, like you aren't gonna go on your phone until you've read a chapter of your book. One thing that I did that was super nice was I literally like gave AJ my phone. I've only done this one time, but I really should do it more because I wanted to write. And I was like, I would just keep like reaching for my phone. Like I just get stuck at a spot and then I reach for my phone and then it'd be like a couple like minutes or more and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like stop, and then I put it away. And then I just have this tendency to just like reach for it all the time, just check things, just whatever. And then I get in this like, who even knows where I would go, and it was just for like, you know, it would feel necessary to reach for it and check it, but it never was that necessary, and I never really ended up doing the thing I was reaching for it for because I get distracted by everything else. So I don't know if that really answers the question. I feel like I kind of took a different way. The work-life balance for like work otherwise is fine. I feel like I have a pretty good job. I like it. It's nothing like, you know, I'm not getting called in randomly or it doesn't like take over my life, but it does in the sense of like that it takes over all my social media time. All of my screen time is like my job, just like ugh. And then I'm like, just, you know, I'm working from home, sitting at home. It's like hard to find that separation between what's work, what's my life, what, like, I don't know. So have you read any good books lately? So I've read The Unseen Realm recently, which is very interesting. If you're, you know, a Christian or not a Christian, this guy is so smart. I don't know, he has studied like theology, the Bible, stuff like that, and it's all about basically just the unseen realm and how our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against basically good and evil. And he kind of goes into like really a lot of depth into like all of these things and all these questions that are valid questions about that kind of stuff that I'd never thought about, and then he goes through like answering it, giving evidence for why he believes it's this way or that way. So really love that book. It's a thick, heavy read, not like a light, like refreshing like thing, but it feels very applicable for today's times, just because it's just such a good reminder that, you know, as much as it feels like everyone's against each other, or there's like a good side and a bad side with humans, it's really against, you know, this spiritual world that we're living in right now. Or just, not that we're living in right now, but I mean, you know what I mean. I don't know if that phrase weird. And then the other book that I recently finished is called Bird by Bird, and it's actually a writing book that I had heard about a lot from different people who are writers or authors, that they really like this book. And it's just basically, I guess she's a famous writing teacher, and she kind of just combined all of her stories and lessons on writing into a book, and she's a really great writer, so it was fun to read. Very just inspiring, even if you're not a writer. But yeah, so that book was really, really good. I'm glad I finally got to read it, because for years I've heard of this book and never like wanted to spend money on it. And then I should have looked up the title of exactly what it is, but it's called like Long Obedience in the Same Direction or something like that, and it's by Eugene Peterson, the one who wrote the Message version of the Bible. He wrote that book, and it basically just goes through this Psalms, the song, I think it's the Song of Ascent that's in the Psalms, and he goes through it and talks about how we can apply that to our life today. So yeah, that book was really good too. A pretty quick read, I'd say. But yeah, really good. I just read like a chapter each day of that, and it was really good. So fave office episode after watching it recently. So if you are subscribed to my emails, you would know that AJ and I have been watching The Office because I saved The Office for marriage. I didn't save the whole Office for marriage, but I was watching it in college, and then partway through one of the seasons, I was like, I want to stop. I want to like watch whoever my husband's gonna be. I want to watch the whole series with him because I love The Office. And so I'm gonna stop watching it. I never finished it. I was maybe even 75% of the way through, and I just stopped. But now we're watching it, and it's been super fun, and it's been like 6 years since I've seen it, so like it's basically like watching a new show now, and way more fun to watch with AJ, honestly. I love his laugh when things happen, and we can like see each other in different characters, so it's super fun. But all that to say, we are on season 4 right now. Okay, I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget, and it's hard to remember. I feel like there's episodes that they're hard to like pull out, and they all blend together. But my favorite episodes would have to be the Dundee Awards, when they're at Chili's and like Pam gets drunk, and because like Roy leaves, I think, and then her and Jim are together, and she accidentally kisses him, and then she like gives her speech at the award. Like, oh my gosh, like that, I was like living when I was like rewatching it. I forgot everything that happened, and I was like, this is everything that I want. Like, oh my gosh. So that episode, and it's just a good overall like heartfelt episode for every character. You're just like, I love this. Like, this is so good. And the fact that like Pam supports Michael during the speech and everything. I don't know if you guys like have seen it recently, so this might be kind of boring for some of you guys. And then the other episode is the casino episode, where Jim finally tells Pam that he loves her, and then it's like you're kind of like, she's like doesn't know what to do, but then like he's hot, like they end up kissing in the off. And like she was calling her mom, and he was in there. Oh wait, I didn't remember. Oh, like anything. I don't remember. I mean, I had to have been emotional about those scenes, but now watching it like is so much different. I'm like, this is like, oh my gosh, you have to rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while. It is, the Jim and Pam relationship is even better than what I remember it being. So I'm highly satisfied with The Office, and my choice to save it for marriage. So What is your favorite laundry detergent? So, this is actually kind of funny because, so I always used to get Gain, back when I was single, and I'd always get the big green jug or whatever, and then when we got married, I like ran out of it, and then AJ had his when he moved in, so we just used his like off-brand stuff. And when we were visiting Wisconsin and staying with my parents, and I was like, Mom, what like, you know, laundry detergent do you use? I was like, I should, you know, it's kind of one of those like things I feel like when you like grow up that you realize like, oh, I wonder if there's like a superior laundry detergent that my mom figured out that, you know, is like the best thing to use or something. And she uses Gain. So I was like, dang, like, well, that's so funny. So now we ran out of AJ's like off-brand stuff, and so now I buy Gain, and that is the laundry detergent. I can't even say it. That's the laundry detergent that I use. So I also use have used the dryer sheets for a while because I always thought that they smelled really good. I always like those. So yeah, I use Gain. Okay, how to stay motivated when you've been struggling for a while. Would say the things that I typically do, I will call my mom. I think that can really help a lot of times. Like, just, your mom really does know you best, and it's nice to kind of get out of, I don't know, to just hear like comforting words from someone who like really loves you. As dumb as, I know it sounds like kind of obvious, but yeah, calling my mom. I really trust my mom and her wisdom and what she has to say, and I feel like she's just kind of able to kind of just, because sometimes all I need is just like comfort too. I don't even always need like, there's not always an answer I'm looking for. It's just like, I just want to almost have that like hug of understanding and like, it's gonna be okay, and oh, it sucks, and you know, like just like that motherly, like, that's what I need. One thing that I like doing is just texting someone to pray for me. I don't need to have them, you know, necessarily like hear them pray for me, although that's like sometimes really nice, like to have them pray for you either in person or on the phone. But I'll just like text someone and say like, hey, can you just like be praying for me? And you can say about what, or you don't have to, but that's kind of, that's been like good. And I know, and it helps to know that someone is praying for you, and it helps obviously when they pray for you, like, you know, in the Bible and what God says is it really matters, and he listens to our prayers. So and then obviously be praying yourself. I've found too that like I normally, when I'm struggling, I'm like avoiding prayer, but then I don't know why, you know, but when I do actually finally kind of break out of that like stuck spot, and I kind of like take a step and pray, it kind of like makes everything not so like suffocating, you know. It's like, okay, like this isn't that bad, like this is, you know, or I don't know. So have someone pray for you, pray yourself, even if it's the most simplest thing, or just repeating you know, a simple prayer, whatever it is. And then I would even have like ask someone to give you a verse, and like either pick a verse yourself that you just want to like focus on, or have someone send you one. And I think that's like really special to, you know, have someone that you love and is close to you be like, okay, what verse do I need right now, and then send it to you, and you can just focus on that verse. So that has been something that I've loved, and it's cool to see. I feel like God just like I love seeing him work through people in that way, and through his word and all that stuff. You never know like kind of what God has to say through that kind of stuff. But yeah, and then with that, if like, honestly, I don't know if it's just me getting older or what, but when I get one thing done at a time, it really helps. So if it's like, if I do the dishes and I just like do them, it makes me feel a lot better. Or like, I don't know, like making dinner or going to the grocery store or making the bed or putting the laundry away or doing the laundry or just like completing simple tasks can make me feel a lot better and feel like I am capable of this. Look at what I did. Like, you know, just one thing at a time, like reading a chapter of your book or I don't know, just creating a checklist and checking things off is, again, pretty basic and simple, but can kind of get like the momentum rolling of like, okay, it's just like small things, like it's gonna be good. And yeah, so I hope you feel better. I hope, you know, yeah, you can break out of that struggle. Yeah, I get caught in those a lot. Okay, 4th of July plans. No, we don't have any 4th of July plans. I never really do. I feel like, I mean, and I love 4th of July, like, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of one of those holidays that is kind of always a last minute party that it's like, hey, like, you know, maybe we should like grill or go to a pool or something. So yeah, we don't have any plans as of now. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, we haven't had 4th of July in this place, so I wonder if we'll be able to see fireworks from here, or I'd love to see fireworks somewhere, so hopefully we can do that or something. One thing that's challenging in this season and one thing that's rewarding. I would say challenging is, honestly, body image has been kind of challenging. It's been rewarding in a lot of ways, but still pretty challenging just with it being summer. Yeah, that's what, like, but the series I'm doing on body image has been really, really nice, like, for me to kind of like solidify and work through all of those feelings and thoughts that I have, and it makes them a lot smaller and not as like big a deal when I like kind of consolidate it in like a blog post. So if you haven't checked out my blog post series, I have 2 up right now. I think it's going to be a 7-part series, which is crazy, but I'm glad that I didn't make it into one, because I was going to make it into one blog post, but then I realized I had way too many things to say, so it's going to be probably 7 parts, but check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, that's been overall kind of challenging, and just like a daily battle that I have to work through, and every day is different. Like, it's kind of, yeah, it's a struggle for sure. And another thing that's kind of challenging is just like with my job, like I get kind of restless in it and discontent, and especially when I see people that have really great jobs that are like fulfilling, even like stay-at-home moms, like it's like, wow, like it looks so fulfilling, and like you can pour yourself into it, or like really like that's like your like thing, you know. And my job just isn't really like that. I mean, I try but it's just like not my, you know, dream job necessarily. So just trying to like not, which is really hard for me to like feel that way and still like be like able to do it, I guess. Like, I think I get so worn out from that. Yeah, so that's been a little bit challenging recently. And one thing that's been rewarding has been saving for our house. That has been really rewarding. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of sacrifice, but it's been really rewarding to see it grow. Like, you get to physically see the account grow, like, hopefully, you know. I don't know, I'm just really proud of us. It's like the teamwork of that. AJ typically has a harder time with, you know, saving versus spending, but he's doing so good. We've been really working through those battles, like, and I'm really proud of us. And so it's cool to see the result of that in the form of our bank account. So I cannot wait to buy a house one day. It seems like it'll be like one of those things that'll never happen, and then it'll happen and I like won't be able to believe it, because I'm like, I can't even believe us like owning a house. So sorry, my bangs are annoying me. So yeah, so that's been super rewarding, and kind of something new that I've never saved for a house before. So what do you miss about Wisconsin? Ugh, I mean, obviously, like, the family and friends, the the people that were like in my circle, the people that okay, I think that's fine now. Okay, I think we're good. What's a better word than like circle? Like the community? I don't know. Like obviously I miss all of that, and I think like especially getting married made that even more, it made it worse. I was like, shoot, like I want to be close to everyone, you know? So the seasons, definitely miss the seasons, always have ever since moving here. But I especially miss the lifestyle there. I miss like the type of clothes, which is like the laid backness, but like the hardworking, the kinds, the like just like the low pressure of what you look like, what you do, how much money you make. Here in Austin, it's, you know, a lot of like tech companies and business people, and everyone's wearing like high-end clothes, and everyone looks super nice, and like you don't really see the other side very much of like just like you're wearing camo and Crocs and like, you know, they're just like, I don't know. So I really just I miss that. I miss just like not worrying about going to the grocery store and wearing like, I don't know, like mismatching things, and like I just woke up and stuff. Like in Austin I feel this pressure that I have to like look at least somewhat decent going anywhere. So yeah, kind of a random thing, but I really miss that. And then along with that, how was adapting to living in Texas? Definitely a gradual thing. It like, you kind of like, everyone you meet has something to teach you, and every place you go you kind of like, you know, you're taking notes all the time. The heat for me was very easy to adjust to. I think because I mean I love hot weather, so the Texas has very similar aspects to the Midwest does. Austin is a little bit different. Yeah, it overall was pretty easy just because it felt like home. It felt like the place we were supposed to be. I think honestly the longer we were here though, the more that you realize that you still have to learn. Like then you come across cockroaches, and that's crazy because we didn't have those up there, or certain things with the weather like rain, that, you know, everyone just drives super slow in the rain, or things get canceled during like when all of a sudden it reaches this degree. And you know, you like as the years go on you like learn more and more, and you're like, oh okay. And so it definitely is a gradual thing. And yeah, I think, I'm trying to think, it's been almost like 4 years. Like how crazy is that? Like I can't, it's almost like, it's just so wild. So yeah, I don't know if that answered, I feel like I need to like process that more of like, and answer it more completely, but that's my answer for now. What is something you are looking forward to? So actually, speaking of all that, I am looking forward to our road trip to Wisconsin. So we've never I've road tripped to Wisconsin and back, into Texas and back and whatever, but AJ hasn't, and AJ and I haven't together. So we are going at the end of July, like for basically half of July, the end of it. We are going for 2 weeks up to Wisconsin, road tripping up there. I'm so excited. So it's coming up way too soon. I'm not fully prepared, and also gas prices are like the worst they've ever been, and then we've decided to go on a road trip. So that is our life currently. But it's gonna be great. I'm super excited. I just am so ready to be back home. Ellie and I, we always went to Texas in the summer, or we always visited back home in the summer at some point, and so it just feels like I need to like go back. So excited to see everyone. It feels like it's been forever. Excited to have our truck up there, or car, or whatever one we're taking. Every time we go up, we fly, so we haven't ever had like a vehicle to just drive around in. So yeah, we also get to hit like all these like fun, we planned it out so we'd hit like really fun like events going on in Wisconsin. So very much looking forward to that, minus the gas prices. So, and then this is the last question. So currently like reading, listening to, loving, watching, like all that stuff. So we'll get to as many of these as I can. I do need to stop pretty soon because we have to leave pretty soon. Currently reading, I know we talked about books already, but I'm currently reading, oh shoot, did I just, sorry, oh, my hair is so bad today. Currently reading, there's one called Charlie's Victory that I'm reading. I need to start it back up again, but it's called Charlie's Victory, and it's about this husband and wife who the husband got really sick, I think with MS, I want to say, but through his wife was able to keep coaching football, and their team made it to the national championship and stuff like that, and had a really strong faith and just like a strong marriage. So I thought that sounded super cool, so I started reading it, but I didn't get very far. But currently reading that, and also currently reading this book that my mom got called like Building Your Mate's Self-Esteem, which honestly is pretty good. I also kind of like deserted that book, but I need to come back to it. And it's interesting because it's like kind of like as you build, like you can build your own self-esteem as you read about how to build your mate's self-esteem. So anyways, that's what I'm currently reading, and then some other like writing books, because I don't know, I like reading about writing, I guess. Currently I listen to a lot of newsy stuff. I listen to YouTubers, so I can't really think of many off the top of my head, but I love Jen M, Sarah Schultze, I can't say her name. I really like, I've loved like vlogs recently, and just like listening to people like go about their day and their thoughts and stuff like that. Hello Katie, I feel like there's more, but yeah, I like to listen to a lot of things. So it's like I feel like I have so much content in my mind as I'm like working. I'm like listening to so much stuff that I can't even remember like what I'm listening to. Let's see, currently loving, I've been loving growing my zinnias. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about my zinnias, but I love them, and they're still blooming. They just keep like sprouting and blooming and sprouting and blooming, so I've been loving that. Currently we're watching The Office currently. We also started one episode, like the first episode of Stranger Things, because AJ hadn't seen it, and I want to watch the final season with him, but he hasn't seen any of it. So we did watch like the very first episode, and I don't know if we're gonna get much further on that, so we'll see. And we did actually start watching this, I'm so sorry about playing with my hair. We did actually start watching this show called Married at First Sight, and so it's not love at first sight, it's actually where people get married at first sight. And so we watched all the way up to these people get married, and we haven't, the majority of the rest of the show is like them like experiencing marriage and like how they actually work together, because these like perfect, it's like about these like they get perfectly matched for marriage basically by like these like experts, and then they're technically supposed to be like the perfect match, so then it's like all finding out if they are or whatever. So we watched that, but we didn't really finish it. It kind of seemed like it's not too much like a reality show, but I think I just kind of got a little bit like overwhelmed with that. It was just too much drama, I think, for me. So currently happy about making my first YouTube video, even though I felt super awkward and everything went wrong, and I felt super embarrassed about it and I felt like it sucked, and honestly, yeah, but I'm still happy about it. I'm still glad that I made it, and then I'm kind of getting back in the habit of making content again, especially video content. I feel like I'm not very good at it. Like, I watch other YouTubers and I'm like, how are they so natural? Like, how does it just feel like they're just calm and normal and like talking about things naturally? So yeah, but I'm really happy I got it out, and I'm, like I said, happy that I just get to practice it again. So with that said, let me know what other videos you want from me. I've been doing some brainstorming, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. I don't really know now after this, like after the Q&A and these questions, like how I should go about videos on here. If I should, I don't know. It could really go anywhere, and I'm kind of excited about that. But yeah, I don't know if like you would want me to discuss certain topics or just updates on my life, like, or stuff about marriage or faith, or like if there's a certain, like, I don't know, like top 10, like I don't know. There's, yeah, I don't know. But I just kind of want to make stuff. Like I'm kind of just ready to make stuff, even if it's not exactly what I want it to look like when it's done. Like I said, comment below topics, ideas, anything. I could use any ideas, honestly, or any sort of direction of what you'd be interested in. Yeah, I think I should probably go. I feel like we have to leave probably right about now. But thank you so much for watching the laundry chat. It seriously means so much to me if you made it to the end of this video. And just for all of you who are either following me on Instagram, or especially if you're signed up to laundry chat, just like newsletter emails, really means a lot to me. So if you're not signed up, feel free to sign up. I'll have the link down below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video of the laundry chat. Bye, you guys.